Two new Chinese vessels have been spotted near Pangasinan. The Philippine Coast Guard said they detected the ship's activities over the weekend. They then deployed an aircraft confirming the presence of Chinese vessel 3301 and 3104. They issued a radio warning, but personnel on board the Chinese ships did not respond. BRP Cabra and BRP Bagacay have been sent to the area to monitor the situation.
Let's talk more about that issue.
Now on the line, we have PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore Jay Tarriela. Commodore, thanks again for joining us today.
So yes, good morning and also pleasant morning to all your viewers.
Okay, babigyan na lang po kami, Commodore, ng update dito sa mga barko ng China na naitaboy na ba natin? And ito din ba yung mga barko na nakita natin in the previous days?
Well, yesterday, regarding our latest press release about the Chinese Coast Guard monster ship, we were able to push them away, at a distance of 120 nautical miles. Ito yung initially na-report noong January 4 na may distance na 54 nautical miles off Capones Point.
Yes.
Pero ngayon, for so many days at the Philippine Coast Guard and monitoring the movement of the Chinese Coast Guard, we were able to challenge it and move it away at a distance of 120 nautical miles. And then at the same time, kahapon din, nag-issue tayo ng press release wherein our Coast Guard aircraft, yung PCG Islander natin, was able to challenge and document the presence of China Coast Guard 3301 and 3104 off the coast of Bulinaw, Pangasinan.
Okay.
And because of that, the Commandant of the Coast Guard, Alvin Taban, deployed the two 44-meter vessels, BRP Cabra and BRP Bagacay. As we speak right now, these two Philippine Coast Guard vessels are still monitoring and challenging the presence of these two China Coast Guard vessels.
Yes, Commodore, all in all, do we see an increase in the number of Chinese Coast Guard vessels in the last few months? Or are these simply the same vessels just moving around?
Well, I don't think that there's a significant increase in the past few months. So, ang makikita lang naman talaga natin ngayon na naging significant is yung additional two China Coast Guard vessels na nanggaling ng Mindoro and then moving upward to Pangasinan. Ito yung China Coast Guard 3301 and 3104. But I don't think that this is something that will be permanent.
Yung yung monster ship, nasaan na po ngayon?
The monster ship, as I said, is 120 nautical miles away from the coast of Zambales.
Oo. Ito pong mga nakita po natin recently na mga Chinese Coast Guard na vessel, meron po ba sila mga aktibidad na ginagawa while they were inside our exclusive economic zone or ating sovereignty? Or umaali-aligid lang talaga sila?
Well, wala silang ginagawa, for so many days, they're just working around our exclusive economic zone and responding to our radio challenge na what they're doing is legitimate maritime law enforcement. And sinasabi natin na ang intention lang talaga ng China dito is to normalize itong illegal presence sila na to. And if you're not going to challenge it, if you're not going to document it, and the world will never know about such illegal presence, before we know it, China has already getting closer sa coastline natin. I think the best way to illustrate this is, may kapitbahay ka, and then it will be, yung kapitbahay mo, magtatayo ng fence, 1 meter every week, i-adjust. And if you're not going to file a complaint sa barangay, baka pati yung dirty kitchen ng bakuran mo, na-occupy niya na. So that's what China is doing.
Commodore, in the last few months sa mga reports, madaming lumalabas na balita about ngayong radio challenges na ginagawa ng Philippine Coast Guards, which seem to have been effective. Case in point po, yung napag-usapan natin before na lumalayo na ang distansya ng ibang barko na malapit sa atin. Has there been a change in our strategy in the way we give out our radio challenges? Is it more frequent? What have we been doing now that the Chinese seem to have been responding to the challenges somewhat?
since we started itong pag-challenge ng China Coast Guard, I think we have been very consistent until now. We're doing this on an hourly basis. Oras-oras, tinatawagan natin sila hanggang magsawa silang pakinggan na what they're doing is illegal, that they're violating the Philippine Maritime Zone Act, UNCLOS, in which they're a signatory state in the 2016 Arbitral Award. Para sa atin, it's important for us to highlight this. Not just for the Chinese Coast Guard to, get tired of listening all this lawful references that we're citing, but also for the Filipino people to understand na ang posisyon natin sa West Philippine Sea ay may legal na basihan. Kumbaga, we're also countering itong mga pro-China trolls na ang posisyon natin sa West Philippine Sea ay katang-isip lamang.
Yes.
Through this radio challenge, we are educating the Filipino people as well.
But I heard, Commodore, some analysts have been saying na aside from educating nga yung Filipino people, baka kasi two birds with one stone, na-educate din natin yung mga ibang Chinese Coast Guard personnel who are not aware of these rulings from UNCLOS.
Well, that's also another reason, why we are keep on mentioning this, citing UNCLOS, Maritime Zone Act, and also 2016 Arbitral Award. But what is surprising here is every time we say that, the Chinese are also saying they do not recognize the arbitral award. It doesn't. They do not believe na it has significance on their claim. Again, kung other people will argue na baka ang sinasabi natin is not something that they understand. But let's just keep on doing this, because our audience here is not just the Chinese Coast Guard per se, but the international community and the Filipino people.
Yeah. Commodore, tanong ko na rin po, meron na po ba tayong mga nakaschedule ngayon na RORI missions? Or may nagawa na po ba tayong RORI missions over the past weeks na hindi po natin alam? At kamusta po yun?
The past resupply mission on board RP Shell Magre was released by the Armed Forces of the Philippines and even the Department of Foreign Affairs. Sinabi nagumpay ang resupply operation na to. As far as the Coast Guard is concerned, we're just supporting and assisting the Armed Forces of the Philippines through our Coast Guard vessels.
Alright.
And as for reference with the press statement that they gave, sinabi nila na matagumpay naman ito at naging mapayapa.
Alright, on that note, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong oras. Huwag po kayo magsawa sa amin. PCG spokesperson for West Philippine Sea, Commodore Jay Tarriela.